Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio.
Zaron!
Elizabeth
How
Dutton.
are you, Zaron Burnett?
How the heck have you been?
So good.
It's been so long.
How are you? How's your heart?
Did you get your hair cut?
No, I don't have hair.
Oh, okay. You just wearing a sloppy hat
It's a
and a little bit of
hologram.
hair poking out?
It's a hologram.
It's a good look for you. You should
Thank
do that
you.
more often.
I know, I
Is that
totally
a
should.
chef's hat?
This is a chef's hat
It's
in
nice.
some
You don't normally see
countries.
people wear those.
No.
It looks good on you, though.
Thank you.
I don't think I could pull that off.
No.
Yeah.
Pretty special.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah, please.
Question.
I love those.
Do you know what's ridiculous?
I do. American football.
That is so ridiculous.
Yeah, but not just the
you
whole
have
thing.
no idea how ridiculous
I know
that
it is for you, but like I grew up a football fan. In fact, that's how I learned to. I could multiply by sevens before I could multiply by 2 or 3 or 4
because of this.
football scores.
Yeah,
and I was my dad
But that's
supported
if
a
they
team
hit
that was
the-
really bad, so their scores would get really high. So I could multiply up to like 56.
But that's if they get that extra point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The
And that was
kickaroo.
usually happening. So
Yeah.
I'd be like 56-7, and I was like, oh, "That's 8 sevens, Dad." And he's like, "Don't talk to me about this." But that's not what I wanted to tell you about. What I wanted to tell you, because it's now about to be NFL season, or we're deep into the start of NFL season, and there's a lot of like things that are messed up about football, which I think we can both agree to, even though I'm a super fan of football.
Yeah.
Here's something that I found that was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, there was this former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, Erica Wilkins. She sued the Cowboys for lost wages, right?
Yeah.
And she reported that the amount she earned for a full year's work as a cheerleader, which is more than just the games, they do other stuff.
Oh, yeah. They have like public appearances.
Exactly.
And all that
She was a
kind of
member
stuff.
of the, quote, show group, an elite squad of the best dancers on the team, and they
Yeah.
had to do stuff.
And there's a lot of like training and practice,
Completely.
I imagine. Yeah.
And rehearsals.
Yeah.
She got $8 an hour for rehearsals, which took place every night and they lasted between 3 to 6 hours.
Wait.
Every night. Yes. And you know how much she got for appearances? $100. This is in 2017. It was $300 when she like finally left. Anyway.
$8 an hour?
Yes. So her full year's work, she got $4,700.
Wait, what?
As a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, she earned $47. That means they all have other jobs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what I learned that was the most ridiculous part, like ha-ha ridiculous, the team mascot, the guy who wears the big cowboy like hat and he has like this
Sure.
head and like
I
the whole
guess,
thing.
yeah.
He's in like one of those like
can imagine.
outfits, right? He made $65,000 a year.
Okay, I just need a moment.
Right?
Just need a moment. Are you kidding me?
Who's more famous, the cowboy mascot or the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders?
I'm not a football person. I don't watch it.
Yes.
I know that there's the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Yes.
I didn't know I couldn't tell you who the mascot was.
Exactly. $65,000 a year.
$65,000?
For what? Getting hot? Like, oh, I got hot in my little outfit. I'm like, how is that worth that?
I'm so angry right now.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm ridiculously angry. Are you kidding?
No.
$4,700 a year?
Versus $65,000.
And they got to have a day job.
Yes. And they have to rehearse every night, so they can't have much of a social life during the season.
I'm going to guess they, like, all their, like, makeup and hair extensions
I'm sure they're
and all
paying for that, yes.
Gym membership isn't covered.
No.
Because they have to
Yeah,
be
Jerry
ready
Jones,
and
the owner of
looking.
the Cowboys, is notoriously cheap. He just lost his star player because he wouldn't pay him a reasonable salary.
Oh my God. This is another reason why we just don't need football.
I thought you'd like this one.
CTE,
Yeah.
plantation
But this one's ridiculous, at
mentality,
least.
and then this.
It's just ridiculously offensive, but it's ridiculous.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, I got to take a deep breath. Deep cleansing breath. Do you want to know what else is ridiculous?
Damn, do I?
Ridiculously good deals.
Yeah.
This is Ridiculous Crime, a podcast about absurd and outrageous capers, heists, and cons. It's always 99% murder-free and 100% ridiculous.
I know you heard that.
I think I mentioned a couple episodes ago about Aldi supermarkets.
Yeah, I think
It was
so.
when I was talking about their Oasis champagne.
Right.
The champagne supernova in the sky, but at a discount. Discount champers. Anyway, so Aldi entered our consciousness. And it entered the consciousness of friend of the show, Christopher McTaggart.
Oh, what's up,
and
Chris?
more specifically, his lovely fiancée, Sophie.
What up, Sophie? Great name, by the way.
Right? So it's okay. So see, Sophie was looking into Aldi, as one does. Not because of what I mentioned, but, just
on,
for kicks.
on their own, yeah.
And she stumbled upon something in their history.
What's that?
Something that would fit right into this show.
Ooh.
So thanks to them, Sophie for finding it and Christopher for tipping us off.
Yes.
I continue with a good amount of further ado.
Okay.
Have you ever been in an Aldi?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're kind of amazing. It's like
Really?
a Euro store, great deals on stuff, food, things like that. They have their weird home brands like Trader Joe's does.
Okay, yeah.
More on that later. And even in the U.S., they keep their Euro grocery style strong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so what I mean by that is that the cashiers get to sit on a chair, which is awesome.
Oh, totally. Very UK.
Yeah, and then they ring things up as fast as they can, which whatever. And they don't bag anything, which is all well and good.
Oh, yes, very German and Dutch.
Yeah, but you got to be ready to bag your stuff as it comes flying in rapid succession. And I can't tell you how speedy it is.
Yes.
And they're you're shoving stuff in bags. You're trying to do sped up Tetris.
Suddenly I work at Aldi.
Yeah, and then they total it out while you're still bagging, and you have to quickly step over and pay on the pin pad or whatever thing.
Sure.
And your groceries just spin in place at the end of the conveyor belt while you're taking care of that. And the people behind you, they grow restless, even though they're on deck.
Yeah, I was gonna
they're in
say.
the pole position to be part of the same speed
Don't
challenge.
get cute. You're about to be on the clock.
So you pay and you go back to bagging the last bits and putting the bags in your cart as the next customer's stuff comes flying at you. It is stressful, at least for me.
I imagine for you.
They also have this thing with the grocery carts, or in the South, as they call them, buggies, where you put a quarter in to get it.
Oh, yeah. Then you return
And
it
then
and you get your quarter
return
back.
it, you get the quarter back, and that keeps it from, people
walking off with
leaving
them.
them all over the lot, which is fantastic. And I love that.
Small amount to get people to do the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. When I lived in Scotland, I learned that this is how it's done at supermarkets, that speed checkout, at all of them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just
Not
at
just
Aldi.
Aldi, yeah.
And I got into the habit of self-bagging at advanced speeds. And when I came back to the States, I kept it up. And sometimes the checkers appreciate it, and other times they look at me like I'm nuts.
Yeah.
Or I'm stepping onto their turf.
Or the bag boys. They actually have bag boys. That's a job. They come over hey, little job security here,
And I'm
ma'am.
well, take 5, pal.
Yeah.
In California, if you don't bring your own bag, they charge you for each bag. I think that's in a lot of other places. But
Okay.
and I think the checkers also want to keep track of that, or make sure you're not being wasteful with them.
Oh, huh.
And there's also the distinct
Makes sense.
possibility that I am completely overthinking the whole thing.
Always a possibility
That is
with
a
you.
talent. That is a talent of mine. So Aldi. I looked to see if they have any in the Bay Area, because I was like,
Isn't it mostly in the East Coast?
we could do a live show.
Oh, there you go.
No.
Live from Aldi.
In California, it's only in Southern California. They're
they do
all
have
over
them.
this. Oh, it's La Habra, Palm Desert. They're all over the place.
Those are not exciting places.
I know, but
You're all
those are
making
the-
these hand gestures like La Habra and Palm Desert. Also in Indio? What about Blythe?
Coalinga. Oh, yeah, Blythe is on there. It's totally
Temecula.
Seriously, those are on the list. Those are the ones just stuck in my head,
Okay.
reading down in there.
It's like East San Diego County. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, they're only in Southern California, but they have them in all other parts of the country. East
Okay.
Coast. In the South, there are a whole bunch of them.
Interesting.
But they are not an American invention, as you can guess.
Yes.
Aldi is the brainchild of 2 German brothers.
Germans, I was guessing.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 German brothers with a fascinating story, part of which involves a crime.
Ooh, thus they're here.
So, Zaron, I would like you to meet Carl and Theo Albrecht.
Wie geht's, Carl?
The
Wie
Albrecht
geht's,
family.
Mr. Albrecht.
Herr Albrecht.
Herr
right?
Albrecht, right.
Look at me. I don't even speak
Yeah,
the language.
see? Look at you.
They came from Essen, in
Oh,
the
yeah.
industrial
I know,
heartland
yeah.
in the rural valley. Good Catholic folks. Carl Albrecht Sr., he was born in 1886.
1886.
Yeah, the patriarch of the family. He worked as a baker's assistant,
Okay.
and then later as a miner. And then he had lung problems because of that.
Okay.
So then he opened a small bread selling business in 1913.
He went back to baking.
Yeah, so
Good
it wasn't
for
like
him.
an actual bakery, but he just had the shop.
Okay.
His wife, Anna, expanded that business into a corner grocery. And in 1919, they moved their shop into a larger space where Carl this Junior, Carl Jr., who's born in 1920.
Don't
and
confuse me.
Theo, who was born 2 years later in 1922.
Okay.
They grew up stocking shelves, helping customers.
Of course.
And like the dad
They're
kept
Nepo babies.
total
in the
Nepo
grocery
babies.
industry.
The dad kept meticulous books. Like he was
You
an
said he was German.
accountant. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Goes without saying. And so this like modest storefront became the seed of Aldi.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I should have seen that coming.
The family was working class, and they were really shaped by Germany's interwar hardships, as you can imagine.
Lord, yes.
You know, I mean, because look, born in the brothers, 20 and 22. So, you know, there's that.
They're born right at the end of World War I.
In that period that is fascinating to me between
the Weimar
the two wars.
Republic.
Yes, and that's what they, that's their place of birth. There was that hyperinflation of the early 20s. And so
wheelbarrows with Deutschmarks.
Yes, that meant that their groceries, like strict frugality, like the store, they offered only the essentials. They really tightly controlled stock.
Oh, of course.
And they kept the prices super low. It was all by necessity. It was a survival tactic, not just like a good business model.
Yeah, no, I've heard an interesting joke of that time is that somebody showed up with a wheelbarrow of Deutschmarks to do their grocery shopping, and then they got upset because they went out and someone had stolen the wheelbarrow and left all the Deutschmarks.
That's basically it. So, like, the thing is, like, they've got this store, and it's, you know, bare bones, but cheap, so it's super popular. People loved it.
Yeah, of course. At that time.
Then both of the sons, they were drafted into service during World War II. So, like, they would have later on run into my grandfather somewhere who'd say, "Where were you in the war?" Just like it was my favorite thing.
A lot of uncomfortable conversations with Grandpa.
Oh, my God. Apparently, like, when my mom...
He'd hear an accent, he'd be like, wait a minute.
No. My mom tells a story about going to Europe when she was a teenager. And my grandfather, who served in Guadalcanal, like, they go, and they're in, like, Bavaria. And in, like, a beer hall. And he would turn to people and be like, "So where were you in the war?" Like, well, you just want to fight your way out of this place? What's up, dude? He's scrappy. He's a Navy man. Okay, so these two,
I like the cut of his jib.
Right? So they get drafted.
Okay.
Carl fought on the Eastern Front and was wounded. He took like something in the leg.
So he's like in Stalingrad or something?
I guess. And then Theo, he was sent to the Africa Corps. And he was captured in Tunisia.
Okay.
By Allied forces. Like, hooray. Good for them. And he spent years in a U.S. POW camp before he was repatriated. So, you know.
Like in Texas?
He lived.
They send him to, like...
I don't know. I don't know. So, Zaron, these two boys were not on the right side of history.
I was just skipping past that because you said they were drafted.
I don't know how enthusiastic they were about the cause. And I'm just going to hope that they were reluctant troops.
Yeah, I would as well.
Something came out of their wartime experiences, though, besides a good drubbing. Their time in the war reinforced their existing discipline and, like, this deep avoidance of waste.
Oh.
You know, like they became, like, really efficient.
One was in a prison camp, you know, I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so they hung on to even, like, the slightest little things. And that's what infused their business philosophy later. So they get home in 1946, and they took over the family store. Essen, pretty much destroyed. Looks like,
it's an industrial area, so of course, you got ball bearings factories. Those are going down.
But the shop remained.
Okay.
The shop was still standing. And the discount force field was, like, strong. Like it made a bubble around it when our boys went in there and blew it to smithereens. No, it stayed. Let's not forget that post-war Germany obviously faced shortages and rationing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely for a decade and a half.
Yeah, it's the perfect milieu for discount retail.
Oh, good point.
So they built a chain of stores across the region by buying up these, like, bombed out shops on the cheap. They refitted them, rehabbed them, and then operated with, like, that tight cost control. And so there's, like, no frills whatsoever in these shops.
Yeah, no decorations.
So Spartan. Yeah. It's just like, and bare shelves, no, like you're saying, no decorations, just things, you know, 5 boxes stacked up. They're like, you can have one. So they offered this limited assortment. Most traditional supermarkets, you got, like, thousands of items. They had, like, hundreds of items, this reduced thing. And then they had these private label goods that they started developing. So they sourced directly from producers under their own control to cut costs.
Like McDonald's.
Yeah, their motto was, and I guess is, quote, "the best quality at the lowest price." It's like a very straightforward motto.
I'd say they didn't spend any time on copywriting either.
No marketing speak, no ad guys were paid for this. There's none of that like false sense of like community or family.
No,
just the facts.
Yeah.
Best quality at the lowest price.
You want to save money? Us no.
Exactly. So by 1950, they ran 13 shops. By 1960, they had over 300.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're expanding. And that was the year that the brothers formally divided the empire.
How so?
So accounts differ, but the general consensus is that they got into a fight over whether or not to sell cigarettes.
What?
Yeah, Carl was opposed to it. Theo was all for it. So Carl was worried that if they carried tobacco products, it would attract shoplifters and damage their profits.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is not the angle I thought he would take.
No,
Nothing about health or
Theo's like, let's roll the dice, buddy. But like more broadly, they also had different management philosophies and expansion philosophies.
Totally.
So they had it made the division natural.
Okay.
And it was not contentious.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Theo took what would be called Aldi North.
Sure.
These were the stores in northern and western Germany, like going up from Essen. Carl took Aldi South, all the southern stores. So it was in 1962 that they adopted the name Aldi, which is short for Albrecht Discount. Albrecht Discount.
There you go.
So there's like this no-nonsense brand reflects their strategy. We got discount goods, minimal advertising.
Not as many letters as in other companies.
Fierce efficiency. It's very German. Theo's Aldi Nord expanded into Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark, and then in 1979, he quietly acquired Trader Joe's in the U.S.
What?
Yeah.
Does he still own it?
Yeah, Trader Joe's began in 1967 in Pasadena, California.
Sure.
Founded by Joe Colombe. In 1979, Theo bought the chain through a family trust. But the thing is, they've always operated completely separately from Aldi.
Yeah,
Sud.
just do your own thing.
Yeah, so there's like separate, distinct leadership, merchandising, supply.
Attitude about business.
And it's under the Aldi Nord side of the family.
Okay.
Joe, Trader Joe himself, stayed as CEO for almost a decade after the sale.
Wow.
And, they have so they do that quirky private label, heavy identity.
Ring a bell, all the
national
stuff.
cult brand, but they're not as spare in any way as Aldi is.
But they're pretty spare compared to other American groceries.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
I can see the connection.
Yeah, exactly. So are you a Trader Joe's guy?
I've had friends who worked there. My friend Jay, he worked there, and I really enjoyed it when he worked there. I had my sister be a fan, so I used to do shopping for her and her family, so I had to go there. Personally, you know me, I can't stand the parking lots.
Oh my God,
They drive me insane. They never have good parking lots, and people are always fighting and jostling for spots, and I'm like, I do not care. I will go to any other grocery store so I don't have to deal with this.
I don't have to deal with
this. If I have
this.
to go get like one or two things and I'm walking by or on a bike, yes. But if I'm in a car,
crowded.
no.
There aren't really enough spaces, and I always feel like the spaces are narrower.
Yes.
And it makes people all mad.
And there's just a bunch of angry liberals yelling at each other. I'm like, just Subaru on Subaru violence.
I know a lot of people who've worked there too, either have or now do, and they love it.
The company at Jay
I
loved
feel
it.
like
He
it's more of a
spoke highly.
snack store.
Yes.
Like, sometimes they have good frozen stuff.
I like their frozen pizzas.
But I have not had success shopping for fresh groceries there.
No,
I know
not
people
so
who
much.
swear by it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also, I've heard complaints about their meats.
Zaron, I am particular about my groceries.
Yes, you are.
And to be honest, I spread my purchases over a number of stores depending on the item.
And
you know what I'm ride or die for though?
Your mini food farmers markets you go to?
Costco, baby.
Oh,
Costco
how did
reigns
that
supreme.
slip the mind?
Speaking of which, did you know that one of the house brands at Aldi is Kirkwood?
Oh,
Kirkwood
wow.
frozen breaded chicken stuff is supposed to be a hit in an air fryer. That's what I was in my research. I kept seeing all these articles. That's what the internet told me. I've never ventured into it myself, but Kirkwood hits a little too close to Costco's Kirkland.
Yeah.
If you ask me, shots
Get
fired.
yourself a fresh pair of Kirkland 11s and have a good day.
Face off. Let's take a break.
Okay.
And I'm going to go heat up some Kirkwood chicken nuggets for you. And when we come back, more Aldi. Zaron.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Okay, back to Aldi.
Please.
So Carl's Aldi Sud They entered the U.S. directly under the Aldi brand. So Theo went with Trader Joe's. Carl is like, you know what? You can't mess with Aldi.
Yeah, Aldi, you a new one.
And their U.S. arm grew steadily from the Midwest outward. Now it's got this dense network, aggressive new store and remodeling programs.
They asked where's the highest population and density of Germans? They're like okay, in the
it.
Midwest, we'll go from Chicago and Wisconsin
They've
out.
been in the South. They've been buying up a lot of the Winn-Dixies after Winn-Dixie closed.
Whoa!
And kind of
doing
that.
Winn-Dixie closed?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
You haven't been down there. But
no,
you know what? You know what still
I
stands
just
strong?
Blew past.
Piggly Wiggly.
Okay, well,
Piggly Wiggly.
Ain't nothing could take Piggly Wiggly down.
I'm big on the pig, baby. So they're constantly expanding. They want to open around 800 new stores by 2028.
My father wouldn't let me shop in a place called Dixie, so Winn-Dixie was out.
Oh yeah, of course.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, not gonna
So
happen.
how many stores? 800?
That's in addition to what they already have.
How many do they have?
I don't know. But in addition to what they already have by 2028, they want 800 more.
Okay.
And so there are serious Aldi fans out there. They love the products. And
I've seen them online.
Dedication to good value.
Yeah.
And there are those who track the various products and promotions. There's this thing called the Aisle of Shame.
Is that a real thing?
No, well, it's it refers to the middle aisle of the store that has all these limited time, non-grocery, what they call Aldi finds, home decor, kitchen gadgets, seasonal items.
Oh, wow.
And it's nicknamed the Aisle of Shame because shoppers do impulse buys.
Oh, right.
And these discounted yet exciting finds.
Sure.
And then those said shoppers like to share anecdotes online about these silly purchases. There's a whole Facebook community about the Aisle of Shame. In that Aisle of Shame are sometimes items that fans refer to as Aldidas.
Aldidas?
It's the Aldi logo in the style of the Adidas logo. Not the leaf one, but the triangle.
Yeah.
And it's on sportswear like tennis shoes and tracksuits. And I'm not going to lie, the pictures I found look awesome.
So you ordered some?
No, you can't. You got to go into the stores to do that.
Oh, right. You got to walk the Aisle of Shame.
Yeah, exactly. It's cheeky and Adidas doesn't seem to mind.
Really?
They don't really care.
Because they're Aldi's
cool
close enough to
they're
Adidas?
Yeah, well, they're just no one's going to make a mistake on this. And it's cute. You want to be me so bad? Great.
You're only calling attention to us.
Exactly. You know who does mind?
Who?
UK retailer Marks and Spencer, M&S.
Why would they care?
I love M&S, by the way.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, it's a good shop. Anyway, so it's they got everything type thing.
Isn't Tesco like
store.
that too?
Tesco's more groceries. M&S is they've got housewares and clothes. It's like Target.
Okay.
The most famous case was Colin the Caterpillar versus Cuthbert.
What?
So it was a straight up
Saint Cuthbert?
It's a cake fight.
Okay.
Is what it is.
This is a cake fight. I did not see any of this coming.
M&S claimed that M&S had Colin the Caterpillar, which is a rolled cake,
Okay.
It's a long roll cake.
Sure, I get that.
With a face on it. Looks like a caterpillar.
At the front, they put a face.
Yeah, and so it's you can buy these. It's a popular thing.
Then slice it up and give it to children.
You chop up the caterpillar and you eat them.
Yeah.
And
hungry,
everyone
hungry
loves
caterpillar
them.
The other side.
So that's Colin the Caterpillar.
Okay.
Well, Aldi introduced Cuthbert the Caterpillar. And it was the M&S said that the cake was so similar to Colin that it traded unfairly on Colin's reputation.
Wow.
And it was a besmirching, Zaron. So the case became an absolute meme fest. And I remember this happening on social media. There was hashtag free Cuthbert because they were going to have to pull it from the shelves.
Taking the side of the underdog?
Yeah. And everyone went out and was buying as many Cuthberts as they could. So the parties reached this confidential settlement. They declared a truce in February of 2022. And they could both go on selling their caterpillar cakes. There was no court ruling on liability.
Yeah.
So I think that Aldi just had to kick some up to M&S.
And I think M&S had to realize that the judge would be like, why are you taking up my time with this? And of course, anyone can sell a caterpillar cake.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and they did look a lot. They looked a lot. And the cap,
sure.
Whatever. It's cute. So then there was the Snow Globe gin bottle case.
What?
From 2021.
Snow Globe gin
Marks
bottle?
And Spencer.
Are they marketing gin to children? Come on, get on board,
Marks
kids.
and Spencer claimed that that time that Aldi's festive light-up liqueur bottles with a winter scene, swirling gold flakes, and an LED base infringed upon their UK registered designs for their own light-up Snow Globe gin range.
I have to admit, I love UK drinking culture.
Oh, God, it's so good. So this time, the legal hook wasn't trademarks, but registered designs. So the protected appearance of the product.
Sure.
In January of 2023, the Intellectual Property Enterprise Court held that Aldi's bottles infringed 4 of Marks & Spencer's registered designs because to the, quote, informed user, they did not create a sufficiently different overall impression.
They could be mistaken for each other.
Yeah. So
Sure,
the Court of
that's
Appeals
tough.
upheld that ruling,
Uh-huh.
dismissed Aldi's appeal, confirmed infringement of the Marks & Spencer designs.
Mm-hmm.
Commentators noted that this was like a significant design owner-friendly decision for tackling supermarket lookalikes.
Oh, so it set a precedent, essentially, in law.
Yeah. And so, brand owners, like they had this distinctive seasonal packaging and it was shots fired, warning to discounters that like these close, get-ups
The knockoffs
can cross the line. So those aren't, though, the Aldi crimes I want to talk to you about today.
Okay, I was curious.
No, I have a major crime, a big dog.
Ooh.
Let's go back to Carl and Theo Albrecht.
Yes, the brothers Albrecht.
Discount grocery magnates. They were notoriously thrifty.
As I've noted.
Yeah. Theo was once asked to inspect plans for a new store.
Mm-hmm.
He looked them over, inspected every detail, and then he offered this comment, quote, "This layout is very good, but there's just one thing. This paper you're using is too thick. Use thinner paper to save money."
Paper is too thick.
So and like rather than wasting money on fancy fountain pens, he would take notes at meetings with senior staff using pencil stubs that were like less than 2 inches long. He wrote pencils down to like the eraser.
Super Depression era guy.
Oh, yeah. And
way
he was
past saving
trying to
strain.
get everyone else to do the same thing. He's like, why are you doing that here? No waste. So as you can see, Theo, he's very involved in the day-to-day of his business.
Okay.
He put in hours at HQ just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Zaron, close your eyes.
Oh, my eyes are
I
closed.
want you to picture.
I'm a little nervous.
It's the 29th of November, 1971. You are Theo Albrecht, the very wealthy head of Aldi North. You are one of the richest men in the world, but you don't flaunt it. You live more like old money does. You prefer buying things that are built to last, and you eschew flashy brands or homes. That's not to say you don't enjoy the finer things. You live in a large home, not a mansion by any stretch, but bigger than most. You drive a gorgeous Mercedes 280 SEL. It's an elegant sedan that's built like a tank. Today, you're wrapping up a long day at the office. You're leaving Aldi North headquarters, heading out to the parking lot to make your way home. Your shoes squeak on the immaculate high-gloss cement floors as you cross the lobby and give a wave to the security guard at the front desk. He nods to you as you pass. You walk to the parking lot, whistling a tune, happy to call it a day and spend the evening with your family. You open the door to the Benzo, hop in, and fire her up. The engine roars to life, and for a moment, your Creedence Clearwater Revival tape begins to play in the stereo, but only for a moment. Then there's a scrambled squealing sound as the tape deck eats your cassette. Drat! You decide to forego the stereo and supply your own tunes, whistling away as you hit the turn signal and leave the lot. You leave the industrialized area and hit the leafy suburbs of Essen. You wind down a narrow road, tall trees hugging the tarmac, creating a bony fence on this almost winter evening. It's still beautiful. As you come to a turn in the road, you slam on your brakes. A van has pulled out into the road in front of you from some sort of alley or driveway. Dumpkopf! You yell as your tires screech on the blacktop. A man hops from the van and heads to your window. You roll it down and await his apology. Instead, he shoves a gun in your face. This is a curious development, you think. You are terrified. The man demands you exit your car, but first, he stares at you from behind a balaclava. He asks to see your ID. You comply. He looks back and forth between your ID and your face that's slowly losing color. He tells you he thought you'd be fancier, have a nicer suit on, maybe have a driver. You shrug. He holds the gun to your temple, yanks you from the car, and drags you to the van. The back doors pop open and he shoves you in. Another man is already back there, the driver, it seems. He immediately begins binding your body with rope. Your arms are tied securely to your sides. One of them wraps wide tape around your head, covering your mouth and preventing any screams or cries for help. Then a piece of that same wide tape is slapped across your eyes, blocking out light. You can no longer see their masked faces. The van roars to life and speeds off. This whole thing is so disorienting and frightening that you can't get your bearings. You don't know which way the van is traveling. All you know is that you're on the floor of a van with a gun shoved into your ribs, praying for the Blessed Virgin, all the saints, and the good Lord himself to protect you and save you, because you know you can't do that for yourself right now. So, Zaron.
Yes.
Theo Albrecht was just kidnapped, in case that wasn't clear.
Very clear.
Two men, a lawyer named Hans Joachim Allenberg,
Okay.
and an ex-burglar, Diamond Paul Kron. They were the culprits.
Diamond Paul.
Yeah. So when Theo didn't show up at home after work, his family became worried.
I imagine he's a man with a very tight schedule.
Very tight. Yeah. They raised the alarm, contacted the cops. A search began immediately. Theo was a very high profile and wealthy individual. And it's important to remember that their lives and safety matter far more than ours. This is priorities, Zaron.
Very true.
Yeah.
No waiting 24 hours when they're missing.
No, you get the call. They everything, all resources put towards that. They're worth more.
Yeah, they're pretty much the pedestals of the community, holding all the rest of us up.
Their lives are more valuable than ours. So Theo's Mercedes was found ditched about 25 miles from his office.
Okay.
And the next day, the kidnappers moved Theo between a couple of flats in Dusseldorf. He was made to strip down to his underpants each time. They shoved him into a wardrobe like an armoire at each place for various periods of time.
Like a standing
like
armoire?
Like a closet.
Yeah.
He wasn't tortured or treated too poorly other than having to sit in a closet wearing nothing but his chonies. But like the kidnappers kept threatening him with harm in order to make sure he behaved.
Okay.
The next day, the first of the ransom letters arrived at the Albrecht family home. And some were dictated by Theo under duress, but it confirmed that he was alive.
But they weren't like cut out letter?
No, it's his handwriting.
His handwriting, okay.
Yeah. So the kidnappers identified themselves as Entführungsrat, Kidnapping Council. And so they're trying to sound like this structured organization.
Yeah.
Hey, it's us, the Kidnapping Council.
We had a meeting and we decided on the price.
So they were demanding 7 million Deutschmarks.
7 mil, wow.
Which was the equivalent of $2.1 million at the time.
Okay.
So that's more than $16.5 million today.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was the largest ransom on record at the time, according to the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, so international.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So messages were also sent to North Rhine-Westphalia's state premier, hinting at more kidnappings if their demands weren't met.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. And so Theo, he asked his captors, like, how did you choose me? Why? He wanted to know.
My family's notoriously not the spendy.
Yeah. They told him that they picked him for the abduction after reading this book called The Rich and the Super Rich, a book chronicling the lives of the wealthy.
He just picked you out.
Yeah. It was like a catalog for them.
This is
so
before
by
Robin
this time,
Leach had a TV show. We didn't know who to go.
So by this time, yeah, they're chatting it up by now, and they're letting Theo read the paper, listen to the radio, and he's like advising them on negotiating. Like,
what?
He's basically acting as his own negotiator with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's like trying to, he's not like, hey, get more out of it.
Exactly. I'm worth much more than this.
And remember, Theo came from a devout Catholic family.
Yeah.
So in times of trouble, one leans on one's faith. And Theo's family quietly involved the Catholic Church at this point once the ransom letter was received. They reached out to Bishop Franz Hangbach of Essen.
Okay.
And he agreed to mediate
the situation. That's what I was guessing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like cooler heads prevail kind of thing.
Right. So for 3 days, communications continued via letters, phone calls. The police were cautious. They ran surveillance and they kept the negotiations going. They feared for Theo's life, like if it dragged on too long. The family and then all the Aldi executives, they worked to keep the case out of the press for as long as possible.
Oh, interesting.
And the police, they had the bishop pass along a message to the kidnappers. If they produced Theo unharmed, the cops would give them 24 hours lead time to make a run for it.
They give him a head start.
Yeah, I'll give you a 24-hour head start. And then we're going to come after you. I know.
This is like a Ron Howard movie.
Yeah, so the 15th of December, an agreement was reached. Theo had been in captivity for 16 days.
Okay.
The family put 7 million Deutschmarks in banknotes into 2 large suitcases. And the police had prepared, they had marked all the notes. There were covert tracking things, but it's 1971 technology, so there are limits. But all of the cash was marked. On the 17th day of his captivity, the plan went into motion. It was the 16th of December, 1971. So in the dim light of the evening, Bishop Hengsbach drove to this rural area outside of Dusseldorf. Following instructions he was given, he put the 2 suitcases filled with ransom money out. The kidnappers collected the cash, and then the next morning, Theo was released near Essen, physically unharmed, but like obviously shaken.
Still in his underwear?
Yeah.
Just standing on the corner?
The cops lied. They immediately began the manhunt. They're like, you're stupid for falling for that.
Wow.
Yeah. And like they had...
It is kind of a ridiculous thing. Like, we'll give
so
you 24
stupid.
hours. Don't worry.
So stupid.
Like, we're making a game of this.
Yeah, they're like, promise you, like, totally
the
pinky swear.
commandant really wants to do this.
So they had recordings of the phone calls, and they played them for the public and asked the public if you recognize the voice. And, oh my God, so many people called in. But that wasn't where they got their first break. It was the money in the wild.
Oh, getting spent.
It was only days later, after Theo got freed, that Diamond Paul drew attention to himself by paying a shop debt with 500 Deutschmark notes that came from the ransom handover. So the tip from the dealer gave police this concrete lead. Diamond Paul, right? Arrested in Germany on the 20th of December, 1971.
Did the dealer like know Paul? Like he there's a regular place he went to.
I'm sure that he's like,
oh yeah, this guy comes in all the time.
Yeah. The lawyer, Olenberg, he fled. He figured Diamond Paul was going to rat him out.
Oh, 100%.
And so the cops like rushed to Now remember, so he's this lawyer. They go to his law office in Dusseldorf, but he's already in the wind. There was evidence there that implicated him in the kidnapping, since that's one of the places they kept Theo, in the office. So this manhunt follows. Olenberg gets picked up in Mexico City.
Whoa.
And flown back to Germany by around New Year's. So this is like end of November, beginning of December, and it's New Year's they bring him back. This is German efficiency.
I'm telling you.
Soon enough, the pair stood trial. We're going to pause here, check out some ads. Hopefully there's good deals. I hope they're not too offensive to the senses.
Yes.
And when we return, court time.
Yeah.
Zaron.
Elizabeth.
Zaron. Welcome back.
Man, the bust. Oh.
Bust.
I could not believe. I'm still kind of like tripping out that they didn't have any like wherewithal to not spend the money. I mean, I guess they
Just
didn't
a couple
have.
days.
I guess Diamond Paul didn't have it like that.
Well, Diamond Paul was like, he's not like the best criminal.
No.
Yeah. Even though he's Diamond Paul.
Yeah, well, nicknames don't always tell you the full story.
That's true. That's true. But let's talk about the law part of Law and Order.
Yes, let's.
Court. So the kidnapping case of Theo Albrecht was heard in Essen's regional court by 3 professional judges plus 2 lay judges, apparently as was the custom of the day.
Okay.
The trial opened in January of 1973, so like 13 months after the abduction. The newspaper Der Spiegel, they described an absolutely overflowing press and public gallery. Because here you've got this family that's so secretive.
Yeah.
And then there's this huge event, so everyone wants to, to learn more about it.
Crack open the walls of the family, find out what's going on inside.
Contemporary coverage, like they classed it as a robbery-style extortion plus unlawful deprivation of liberty. So that was basically the kidnapping for ransom pairing in German law at the time. And there was a statutory maximum sentence of 15 years. The prosecution had key evidence, right? So there were those marked ransom bills. Remember, just days after the release, he goes to the shop. He's like, here's some 500 Deutschmark bills.
Yeah.
And then that was the tip that led to his arrest. So that's part of the evidentiary chain. Then there was that runner that Olenberg did. And then there were the confessions / partial admissions.
From both men?
Yeah. So the court noted that both men were, quote, weitgehend geständnis, largely confessed.
Oh.
I'm not saying any of this right.
Don't
and I was going to
about it.
just skip it, but I thought, why not?
Have some fun. Try it out.
Take a swing. Aim for the stars,
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
let us see how German
for once
feels in your mouth.
life. Der Spiegel's week 1 report paints this super vivid scene. Like the courtroom is packed with TV crews, photographers. The 2 defendants are sparring over like who masterminded what. And then the article also records testimony about how the targets were selected because he was like, they had others
It was
that
just
they
the
wanted.
2 of them, Diamond Paul and Olenberg.
Yeah, just those 2, because they had the rich and the super rich and then press lists that they found.
Yeah.
Then Theo shows up.
Okay.
So like the regional coverage marks like his own testimony mid-January. And there are photographs, captions, but there's so little information about what was said. And I think that they could maybe manipulate the press into not talking about it too much.
Okay.
And so in the end, each guy gets 8.5 years in prison. About half the ransom was recovered in bank accounts and safe houses.
Only half.
But yeah, 3 to 3.5 million Deutschmarks vanished without a trace. So there's so much speculation around that. There's talk about offshore stashes.
Is there a Mrs.
buried
Diamond Paul?
hoards. No, not that I know of. So we have to keep in mind who we're dealing with in terms of the victim, right?
Yeah.
So Theo, lifelong accountant's son, notorious miser, his family had just shelled out all that money, and he wanted justice or at least financial balance. So old Theo tried to deduct the unrecovered ransom as a business expense on his taxes.
He tried to make the government pay and all his fellow citizens.
I want to write it off. So the government was like, no, we don't agree with that or that course of action.
A business expense.
So the Dusseldorf Finance Court ruled that it could not be classed as a business cost.
As a business loss, essentially?
Yeah. Well, they did allow it as part of a, quote, extraordinary burden against income tax.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this very unusual action by the court
Yeah.
and a new precedent drew wide attention in German legal and financial circles.
I'm betting.
Because then there's all sorts of ways that you can, fool with that, fake it. So anyway, already known for his secrecy, Theo became even more reclusive.
Oh.
He rarely granted interviews. He avoided photographs, seldom seen in public. His addresses and movements were really tightly guarded. He drove in an armored car to work, and he changed his route every day.
Whew.
Yeah. Lightning striking twice, according to him.
Yeah, not again.
Yeah, so this reinforced Aldi's culture of anonymity. Like the executives also stayed low profile. Everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
They all essentially learned from his loss.
Yes. And then there's Thor.
What?
Thor. In the 90s, the brothers, Theo and Carl, they retreated to a remote North Sea island. Thor is one of the North Frisian Islands off Schleswig-Holstein.
Okay.
It's the second largest German island.
Yeah. No, nothing against you. Your pronunciation was throwing me.
Oh, it's terrible. So it's, well, here's the thing. Like, I go online. I get online.
Yeah, I know you love
I
it.
surf the web.
You're always out
I
there.
surf the net. And I was doing the pronunciation for how to pronounce this place. And there are like 6 different ways.
Yeah.
And none of them are right. You know what I mean? Like, you hit one and it's all, and you're like, no, that's not how that's said.
Four.
It's F-O with the 2 little, like,
Yeah, the umlaut
dots
dots,
onto, umlaut, H-R. Fur.
Führer.
Fur.
I think it'd be like,
Führer.
it's like
I think it is
like,
Führer.
like Goethe, is that? It's
Yeah, okay, so Führer.
Yeah.
He's on Führer. Ooh, he's on Führer. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? So,
What was he thinking with those lyrics?
dude, seriously, it's a great song.
Totally up to the
But
lyrics.
the boss,
Yeah.
you maybe go back and fix them. I don't know. So Führer is this second largest German island. It's this quiet thatched roof cottage kind of place with like this long North Frisian cultural history and a 27-hole golf club.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta have that.
Touristy,
Somewhere down the line.
but like discreet. It's in an area called the Frisian Caribbean.
Oh, that's
Ooh
ambitious.
la la. Yeah, it is. It's true. They're aiming high. Accounts describe this as like semi-retirement living for
That's
the
what I was kind of
brothers.
guessing.
Yeah, so from like the 90s onward, because like Theo stepped back from daily operations in 93 and Carl in 94. They just like puttered around the island. They went back and forth to like Essen, but they were mainly there. And like the intense privacy that they had makes it really hard to pin down dates. But like, you can kind of guess based on obituaries and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the sources that we have like link this island life to these private, really low key hobbies: golf, collecting antique typewriters. That
What?
was like a long running Theo quirk.
That's a Tom Hanks quirk, too.
Yeah, so Theo did that for a long time. Orchids. Theo was also super into
Cultivating?
orchids. Yeah.
Okay.
They both like to go hunting.
Huh.
That's fun. So Theo, he died in July of 2010 in his hometown of Essen.
Yeah.
The family provided no details about it, and they delayed reporting it for a while. Like delayed telling the press.
Okay.
Carl passed away 4 years later in 2014. And that year, he was listed as one of the richest people in the world with an estimated net worth of $23.14 billion.
Damn.
That's
off
a
of
lot.
Discount groceries.
Yeah. So when he died, he was named the richest person in Germany and the fourth richest in Europe.
Whew.
Yeah. Theo and his wife, Silly, they had 2 sons. Theo Jr., he went on to work Aldi Nord.
Okay.
And then Berthold, and his branch of the family remained involved through like foundation work. So control of Aldi Nord was vested in 3 family foundations, Marcus, Lucas, and Jacobus. I don't know where they got the names.
Interesting.
There's so little information on like their background and their thinking of stuff. So this was designed for like tax reasons and to enforce long-term stewardship. So after Theo's death in 2010, and then his son Berthold died in 2014. A fight broke out among the heirs. So these like disputes became really public, and they were overwhelmingly on the Aldi Nord side, and it centered on the control of those foundations. That, Aldi Nord and then Trader Joe's by extension, too.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, so there are very specific, let's call them like flashpoints in this. So first was Theo's death. Okay. Then a couple of years later, his son dies.
The son dies.
And it was later revealed that his son blew out his liver drinking himself to death. But at the time of his death, like, it was just this mysterious, he's in his 50s.
Affliction. Don't worry about it.
But when he died, he and his brother had an estimated net worth of almost $18 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. So the next flashpoint was the resignation of the Aldi Nord CEO, Mark Hilberger, in 2018, because there was all this like shareholder turmoil now. Then there was Silly, the mom's will that accused Berthold's widow, Babette, and their 5 children of siphoning more than 100 million euros from one of the foundations.
Not Babette.
Babette. Love that. Why wasn't I named Babette?
Such
That'd be so
name.
much more fun.
Then people would call you Babs. You'd hate that.
I could do that.
You can do that? Okay.
Babs? No, I couldn't do that.
Yes, I didn't think so.
So then the next year, there was a criminal complaint. This is 2020, filed by the grandson, Nikolai, against his mom and his sisters.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, Babette?
Bad news, Babette.
Prosecutors later dropped an embezzlement probe to like check everything out.
Open up the books.
By January of 2023, the camps we've put our feud to rest.
Yeah, it's costing us too much in legal fees.
But not before more than a decade of like reporting on the feuds in the tabloids. So like the Daily Mail had a field day with them, mainly because of like Aldi's popularity in the UK. They always mention that in the articles. And the details were wild. There's like the drinking, all these accusations, and then his incredible eye-popping amounts of money.
Are they doing like that underground German stuff where they do the sword fighting and cut each other's cheeks?
Probably.
Have you seen that?
Let's say they did. It's like perfect tabloid fodder, which is exactly what Theo would have hated.
Yes, I'm thinking.
Like this would have been, he is spinning in his grave. He's like,
crypt.
Like just drilled a hole.
Yeah.
Further and further down.
Put a record needle down, you could play a record.
Hated it. Another major scandal touching the air was the Helge Achenbach art fraud case in 2014.
If you say so, sister.
Right? Bless me. A prominent art dealer was convicted of defrauding Berthold.
The drunk son.
Yeah. Later, civil rulings awarded damages to the heirs. On the Aldi sued side, Carl, the heirs Bette Heister and the late Carl Albrecht
Carl Jr.
If they had any disputes, they kept it private.
Oh.
Real quiet. There's no comparable public legal brawls over control that we know of. Yeah.
Everything happened behind closed doors with lawyers.
Exactly. Theo's abduction is one of post-war Germany's most infamous crimes.
I bet.
And it really hardened corporate Germany's security culture and made the name synonymous, Albrecht, not just with like frugality, but secrecy.
Yeah.
What about the kidnappers, Aaron?
What about them, Elizabeth?
They both died in 2017.
Together?
A few months apart. Oh. So Paul, Diamond Paul, he passed away in a care home at the age of 87.
Okay.
And Heinz Ohlenberg, he died at the age of 93. Same year. So they kept really low profiles after their release. And regarding the ransom, Diamond Paul said that Ohlenberg was the brains behind the abduction and only gave him like a few thousand Deutschmarks for his participation in it.
Interesting.
Ohlenberg, the lawyer, is like, no, I beg to differ. He swore they had split the money evenly, and when he was busted, he returned his half. That's the half they got.
Oh, and that's why they were missing.
That's why they have. And so that's why we have
I tend to believe him.
Yeah, that's why they have the 3.5 Deutschmarks missing.
Yeah.
Diamond Paul. But see, here's Diamond Paul. He talks to the press, and he's like on a pension, like a pensioner's allowance. Like he's not rich.
But does he have some like, this is, forgive me for being a romantic, but does he have like someone who he's like protecting an illegitimate daughter, and he's just giving her all of the money, and she lives in Cyprus? I have no idea.
And I'll tell you what's really interesting is like, I really think that the Albrecht family had such a grip on German media that they could get these little bits and pieces, but the details are just scant.
Okay.
And it gave me the impression that a lot of it was just clamped.
Yeah.
That they don't want too much stuff out there. But Diamond Paul, he told the press, quote, honestly, I don't know about it. I only got 10,000 Deutschmarks from Ohlenberg. He was cleverer than me. Ohlenberg.
Who do you believe in this between the two of them?
I believe, I kind of believe Diamond Paul.
I want to.
That like, yeah, he got stiffed. He got 10 grand.
Oh, I believe it the other way. I believe that he like.
Oh, you think they split it?
I guess I don't believe him. I guess that's the better way of saying it. I believe that Ohlenberg split it with Diamond Paul, and that Diamond Paul is not telling the truth about the 10 grand or the 10,000 he got, and that he's hidden it away somewhere, but for somebody else who he doesn't want anything bad to happen to him, and he's willing to live as a pauper.
Ohlenberg, he was living out by the Polish border, and he was living in this like spare life.
Yeah, in East Germany.
He would not talk to the media at all. Had nothing to do with them. But like local townspeople, they like had these whispers about like stashed money in Switzerland. Like that was the rumor. So in 2025, the police in Essen, they announced that they had recovered a box of misplaced case files in the basement, the cellar of a station.
A misplaced box of case
like
files
total
for the most important case in Germany.
Well, it wasn't just them. There's a bunch of cases, but in the box were records from the Albrecht kidnapping.
Sure.
So they think the files might shed light on the ransom handover and the fate of those missing millions.
Yeah.
And so like the public's like getting all jazzed up about it, more than half a century later.
Yeah, and if they're marked, they're still marked.
I know. So stay tuned. Zaron, what's your ridiculous takeaway?
Oh, man. Like, this couldn't be a more German story. The way everybody is involved and I'm not trying to I know that it's a wide culture. Not every German falls under the stereotypes. But I'm saying is our understanding as Americans of the German cultural personalities, if you will. This is very much like, I'm like, wow, at every turn, like that he drives himself in his own car and then that they judge him for driving himself. Like, we would have thought you would have a better suit and better driver. And he's like, well, you'd be wrong. It's just very interesting to me. And then also the family splitting in the North and South. I have to admit, just because of my understanding of latitudes and the tendencies of latitudes, that the South family would be the messier one than the North family, and it flips. I find that interesting too.
True.
What about for you, Elizabeth?
I know a good number of Germans.
Same.
And those who are from there live there. Yeah. Those who are immigrants.
Some who still live there now.
Yeah. And it is a very German story. Right? And there are all these really endearing qualities to it. And I'm fascinated by having this money and like his house. Like I was able to kind of like sneak a way to find his house with these like coordinates.
Oh, wow.
And but you can't do a street view. It's just like there's a huge hedge thing. Yeah. But like from the footprint above, it isn't a mansion. I mean, it's huge. So, I mean, I'd put it at maybe like 8,000 square feet. It's huge, but it's not this palatial estate. And it's not like got huge grounds around it. It's in a neighborhood and there are smaller houses around and all that kind of thing.
It's in a neighborhood too.
I find that fascinating. This guy is like a billionaire and this quiet life, and that he and his brother too, their joy was finding this like isolated island.
Yes.
And so all of the stuff that they lived through and saw and like fought through, for bad, to come out with that and this frugality that then the secrecy is also like a huge thing, like to keep their name out of the press, and then how their family blows that
entirely.
Yeah. I mean, the Daily Mail articles are nuts. So that's my takeaway. I would really love a talkback.
Hell yeah.
Talkbacks. Oh my God, did he just say that?
OMG.
Zaron, this is Dory from Ascove, Minnesota, home to 300 people. And you need to take your Bluetooth, hack into Elizabeth Forrester, get over to Krispy Kreme right now, because happening for a limited time only is Harry Potter donuts. That's right. Pick your house of ill repute, grab a ratchet, and get over there now. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Oh my God, road trip. Road trip. We're coming to see you, babe.
And thank you for the deep pull on the ratchet. I need to get Elizabeth properly. I do need to get a ratchet and Bluetooth that Forrester. That was so much fun.
That's so good. That is it for today. You can find us online at ridiculouscrime.com. I was just named Employee of the Month there.
Really?
Yeah. So thank you, Zaron. Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you, Zaron.
And Admiral
oh, wow.
iHeart.
I'm so proud of you. Thank you. You were also at Ridiculous Crime on Blue Sky and Instagram. We're on YouTube at Ridiculous Crime Pod. You can email ridiculouscrime@gmail.com. Leave a talkback. God, we love the talkbacks on the iHeart app. Reach out. Ridiculous Crime is hosted by Elizabeth Dutton and Zaron Burnett. Produced and edited by Lost Albrecht brother Dave Kustin. Starring Annalise Rutger as Judith. Research is by frugal shopper Marissa Brown. The theme song is by Discount Musical Instrument Emporium pioneers Thomas Lee and Travis Dutton. Host wardrobe is provided by Botany 500. Guest hair and makeup by Sparkle Shot and Mr. Andre. Executive producers are scheming kidnappers of the 1%, Ben Bolin and Noel Brown.
Ridiculous crime.
Say it one more time.
Ridiculous crime.
Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.